Hi, welcome back to the channel. I'm Mike, an American who likes running and is training for my first ultra. That ultra is the Thames Path 100, and it is in about 3 weeks from when I'm recording this. It's my first ultra, so I'll be happy just to finish, but sitting where I'm at in the Dunning-Kruger curve, I think 12 hours is my A goal, but I have an irrational belief in a top 10 finish, which based on previous years is about 11 hours. A little bit of background, I've been running consistently for about 3 years and averaging about 50 to 60 miles a week this year. This past couple of months I've ramped that up a bit. You can see I did 70 to start off July, followed by a couple of lower weeks at 56 and 45 due to some travel. Since then I've done 3 70-mile weeks, culminating with my long run last week at 27 miles. It was forecast to be close to 30 degrees C or 86 degrees Fahrenheit that day, so I decided to do that on a treadmill. I would have made a video about that, but it all looked like this for 4 hours. I prepped the night before with my pack, my Saucony Speed 3s, running belt, a variety of gels, 2 500 milliliter water bottles, and then in the morning made myself 3 sandwiches and grabbed a biscuit for good measure. I didn't know my exact route, but had some general directions. I wanted to be over 50K and beat my previous 50K training run time of 5:16, so I knew I needed to keep an average pace under 10 minutes per mile until at least about 25 miles. I kick it off here in Bishop's Park, which is coincidentally where the race itself will start. Also, since the Thames Path is completely flat, I've been working with some run-walk strategies, typically something like 25 minutes running with 3 minutes walking to switch up muscle groups and give me a chance to eat and handle anything that might be an issue. So with that, let's kick it off. I am 4.1 miles in. I'm in beautiful Richmond Park. Making my way across, looking at a new route. Heart rate still in the very low 140s. Got a little higher with a big hill to start off the run, but everything feels really good, and just refilled one of my water bottles, which is good. I don't think I have another chance for 7 or 8 miles. All right, I'm about 7.5 miles in, heart rate 142, still in Richmond Park, which is pretty. My overall pace is about 9:47, so hopefully it stays around there for a long time, and everything's still feeling good. Well, I've got a minute 50 left to try to eat my sandwich during my walk here. All right. So turkey, cheese, mayo, mustard, 130. Or 13 miles in. My heart rate's a little high. Need to make sure I drink more water.
just going over the bridge. And my overall pace still nice and under 10. Alright. 14.25 miles. I'm making my way down a hill in Hyde Park, trying not to fall. Overall pace 9:55. See if I can keep it under 10. Whew. Moving. Heart rate's still under 150. Legs are still maybe an 8. Yeah, overall, feel pretty good still. Now to make our way to Hyde Park. Whew. Water time. Madam Tussauds. Now I just need to figure out how to get across the street.
One of the things that was interesting about this format of long run was it was all elapsed time, so there were no pauses. But there are times when I couldn't cross streets, so you might notice from the icon I ran like a crazy person back and forth looking for a chance to cross. I wanted to get up to run by the zoo and then up to Primrose Hill. First to see if I could see any animals from outside of the zoo. I've run by it before, but I've never noticed. I could not, but I did hear the lions. I then wanted to get to Primrose Hill because it's a well-known viewing spot, and in my memory, the hill was huge. So I wanted a hard hill rep and see if I could put some effort up the hill.
All right, made it up to the top of Primrose Hill. Now, I get to run back down, I guess. But gorgeous views of London. Further than I can see anywhere else. So, I'm in the middle of Regents Park. Actually, the side of Regents Park. I am at 21.6 miles. Legs are still a 6, maybe a 7. I'm getting close to finishing off my water here. So once I get out of Regents Park, I will head back down towards Hyde Park where I get some more water. We're checking in. Story of Marble Arch. Whew. Got about a minute, 20 seconds left of walking. So, London history tour. Okay. Miles. Average pace 10:05 at this point. So I'm 4 hours and 15 minutes in. I've just managed to have another half sandwich, so good on fuel. Heart rate's still looking good. I think its feet feel good. Just my hamstrings are starting to be pretty sore. But yeah, it's just less than a mile to a marathon, and then we'll see. And I think I got Buckingham Palace behind me. So, I just hit over a marathon, and making my way past a lot of the Big Ben, my kids' Big Ben, Parliament.
We know Big Ben.
Parliament.
Still feel pretty good, but still got a little ways left to go. I haven't decided if I'm gonna do 55 or 60K. But let's see, 60K would be 18 more, which is a lot. I might also just do 13 more K. But either way, running along the river now. Don't really know what route I'm gonna take. Feeling pretty good. And we'll need more water within the next like 4 or 5 miles now. So we will see. And Battersea Park. I'm 28.6 miles in. My pace overall, with all the walking and everything, is 10:07. So, not where I want it, but my running pace at this point, I'm cruising along at a brisk 9:45, and that's kind of what feels natural at this point. My heart rate's still like 148, so it's still just kind of zone 2, but my legs are probably at 5, although I did just have a moment of rejuvenation where for some reason everything felt good for 2 seconds. So just need those to last like 30 miles at a time. So we'll see. 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 more miles, I don't know. All right, 50K, and about 20 more steps. Legs, maybe a 4.5, 5. Definitely feeling it at this point. I'm ready to be done, and not too much longer, but I'll do an extra 5K just to feel what it's like after 50. Overall pace 10:08. So yeah, I'm gonna just hit 50K, and I did it in about 2 minutes less than last time. So yeah, let's just keep it going. done. Whew. My legs are wobbly at this point, but 34.85. I think that will be like 56K. 5 hours, 50 some minutes. So longest run ever. And it says like 4,200 calories. So I'm gonna go in, get some food, and sit down.
So I finished with an overall average pace of 10:11 per mile, or about 6:20 per kilometer. I can see from my pace graph that I did slow a little, but that was actually to be expected as my running intervals went from 25 minutes to 20 to 14 closer to the end of the run. I skipped some of the walking breaks, but I was still slowing overall. Happy to see that my heart rate was consistent with other similar runs I've done, and even with the high temperature around 22°C or 72 Fahrenheit, I was able to keep it all in zone 1 and zone 2. So looking forward to race day.